Tesla Giga Berlin has adapted its logistics concept to the new world situation. Tesla wants to present the plans now to the public. Probably no coincidence because Tesla depends on the approval of local politicians. Tesla is working to improve its operations at Giga Berlin and further reduce its environmental impact, on-site storage, train transport, and reduce water consumption are on the company's agenda. Until a few years ago, car manufacturers aimed for so-called just-in-time delivery in their plants. I remember when I was a student with my MBA, studying for MBA, we went to BMW's plant in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and that's where I first time heard just-in-time concept. This means that suppliers should get parts to the factory right on time for production. The manufacturers were able to save storage costs in this way. But now international supply chains are disrupted because of this virus and the situation in Europe overall. This is one of the reasons why Tesla wants to create more storage space at its Giga Berlin factory and store auto parts on it. Forget about just-in-times, things are changing now in the industry. The German publication Brandenburg's Public Radio RBB learned this on Friday from yesterday from industry circles. As early as May, RBB reported that Tesla would like to buy 100 hectares of pine forest in Grünheide in order to set up storage areas near Giga Berlin electric car factory, among other things. Now, Tesla also wants to be more conscious about the climate protection using train for transport. Tesla also wants to build a freight depot, freight depot on the additional space that it's about to buy. According to circles close to the company, 12 trains a day are supposed to deliver aluminum, among other things, for Tesla's Giga Berlin to produce electric cars Model Y at the Giga Berlin factory. 2 cranes are planned for unloading them. In addition, up to 10 trains a day are to transport 250 finished Tesla vehicles. Delivery by train is already standard in other car plants, such as the Volkswagen in Wolfsburg. According to RBB information, Tesla expects CO2 savings of 50 to 70% compared to transporting its Model Y vehicles by truck. So this is why it's good sign that Tesla wants to be more environmentally conscious now, but it needs to address the public, and I think public should like this. So all of this will only work at Giga Berlin if the Grünheide community representatives waive Tesla's plans through their next meeting on September 29 and initiate a change in the development plan for additional 100 hectares. If you are here first time, please subscribe to this channel because we're going to keep our finger on the pulse of the development on September 29, and we will bring you the latest as soon as we hear if the public in Grünheide approves Tesla Giga Berlin's new plan adapting to the new world situation. In addition, a local citizens initiative repeatedly raises a mood against the settlement Tesla Giga Berlin of the industry in the water protection area. They don't like that Tesla Giga Berlin has settled in the water protection area. It is actually quite possible that Tesla will therefore contact Grünheide with an information event next Sunday. Interested parties can exchange ideas with Tesla employees from 10 a.m. in the Hagensberger Mugesprihalle. It should also be able to shuttle train planned by Tesla. It is to commute between Erkner and the plant Giga Berlin, transporting 400 employees per trip. The opening is planned for next spring. It remains to be seen whether this will work out so quickly, especially since Tesla keeps missing its extremely ambitious schedule by a few months and not just in Grünheide. Now, according to industry circles, Tesla also wants to provide information on Sunday about the heavily discussed water consumption of the factory. The plant needs about 2.2 cubic meters of water per car production. This corresponds to 18 bathtubs and is roughly in line with the industry average. According to RBB's information, however, Tesla wants to revise its production so that more water can be reused. Finally, an information stand on wastewater is also planned for Sunday in an in-house processing plant has been in operation since the end of August, I guess, to process the water to be reused again. It pre-cleans water for production at Giga Berlin before it is pumped to the Mühlenhof sewage treatment plant. BMW has a new strategy for its electric vehicle batteries, and they are like Tesla's battery strategy. Large round cells like Tesla, also with LFP. Now, new BMW strategy is for electric cars from 2025. There were numerous rumors about this before, and now BMW has confirmed them and added further information. The company's next generation of electric cars, known as the new class, will use round battery cells, at least half of them in a format known from Tesla. Thanks to higher density and new technology, the 46 batteries should cost 50% less than those previously used. However, BMW does not want to produce them itself, but with partners with CATL and EV Energy. These have already been found for 4 to 6 plant factories. The 3 companies involved announced this in part yesterday on Friday. In its announcement, BMW writes of newly developed 6th generation of its own lithium-ion cells as a huge technological leap. The energy density should increase by more than 20%, the charging speed by 30%, and the range by 30%, probably in comparison to the current BMW electric car i4 and iX. New integration concepts are also expected to reduce costs by up to 50%. The cell format and chemistry have been fundamentally optimized and designed specifically for the new class from 2025. BMW writes of itself September 2020 as the basis for its own production. Instead of always 80 millimeters as with Tesla, BMW wants to use 2 different heights but does not name them specifically. Inside, the proportion of nickel in the cathode should be higher and that of cobalt lower, and the anode should contain more silicon, the German company has now announced. The new electric cars coming from 2025 should charge with 800 volts and up to 500 amperes, that means 400 kilowatts. At the more economical end of its range, BMW, like Tesla before it, and then more other Western manufacturers, also wants to use LFP battery chemistry for its new batteries for electric cars, which does not require nickel and cobalt, which is good. And apparently there are billions in orders for CATL and EV from China. BMW does not plan to produce its own battery entirely, despite the emphasis on its own contribution to development, but close ties to partners. Together with them, BMW wants to set up battery factories at 6 locations, each with an annual capacity of 20 gigawatt hours. The first 2 partners are the world market leader CATL and the smaller manufacturer EV Energy, who have already received orders in the double-digit billion range. According to BMW, both are building 2 factories, each in Asia and Europe. That means 4 of the planned 6. Partners for the remaining 2 in North America will be named later. In a statement from CATL on the same subject, BMW is described as the Chinese company's special and primary partner. We are very happy to extend the partnership forged over the past 11 years to the new class from 2025, they said. CATL recently introduced a new battery technology called Kilin with Q, emphasizing that it is superior to Tesla's 4680 battery concept. It was speculated beforehand that BMW would make use of it, but as it turned out, the cells in the highly integrated Kilin packages appear to be angular. In parallel, CATL has been working on 4680 batteries since at least 2021, as has EV Energy as the second 46 some contract manufacturer for BMW from China.